If you're coming from TikTok to YouTube, YouTube does not care about you. The algorithm on TikTok would be like, oh, they posted something. Let's give them 100 views. Let's give them something. YouTube don't care. You could have recorded and edited for 3 hours, and YouTube said, all right, welcome back to another episode of Claire here. We are talking about the TikTok to YouTube pipeline and how you're going to be successful at it. First things first, you need to understand the algorithm here does not need to be understood. It needs to be followed. It needs to be adhered to. Okay. But thank you guys so much for subscribing and so far and reposting my videos. Thank you guys so much before I get into the tutorial. And then make sure you have a pen and paper written down because this is going to be very important. So basically, number 5, have your editing film process down pat. Is it down pat or is it down pat? I don't know. Have that process down. So if you know it takes you 2-3 hours to edit, if you know it takes you 2 to 3 hours to edit, if you need to be a cluster filmer, like me, I'm a cluster filmer. Basically, I film all my stuff on one day, just keep switching outfits. You guys seen this from the previous episode. I just keep switching outfits. Or are you a person that you can make a video that same day, edit it and push it out? You know, you subhuman, you mutants who can do that. But like I said, have that process and know your strains, know your weaknesses. Like for example, my strain is I know how to get some lighting, okay? This aluminum foil pan, all right? I know how to get some lighting into a video. My weakness is editing. When it's time for me to edit, you should literally see me I have my little face. I have a little stank mean face. I was like, I wish I could duplicate myself and someone else do the editing. I just have the fun part in making the video. But have that down pat. Have video ideas pre-planned. Like don't sit there and now, of course, once you get bigger, you can sit there and ask the audience and say, hey, what ideas for videos do you guys have? But all in all, like have video ideas ready. I'm going to say, I think I was watching a video and they said have 50 videos ready. I was like, wait. Okay, wait a minute. Because you still have to do the trending videos as well. Like you can have your greater green videos. Basically, those are videos that no matter what's going on, whatever's taking place, is a video that's still going to have and bring value to your audience. So I really feel like y'all need to cluster those videos together, but all the other trending ones, be ready. But definitely editing, what I would have told myself starting is editing, have your editing down pack, okay? Number four, TikTok's standard for videos is completely different, okay? TikTok standards is completely different because TikTok don't care. Like they call it Steph Co. She's another excellent content creator. She calls it bonnet and headboard content. Yeah, that doesn't fly here. YouTube does not play. I had a bunch of videos that were really good, but YouTube didn't start pushing my content until I put it in landscape. Excuse me? Like you're gonna sit here and say, Alexa, turn off timer. You're gonna sit here and tell me that because I didn't post this in the format you wanted, you're gonna tell me that I didn't post it in the format you wanted, not gonna push my content? Do you know how much long time I had to make this video and you're telling me that you're not gonna do it because you don't... Excuse me. 1 moment. Let me bring myself together. But please, I beg of you, have your content, like do like little sample tests of lighting to see how you show up on camera, see what type of content you want, get used to, like start weaning yourself off of posting in portrait mode. YouTube's not going to push your content. Now, of course, we're not talking about the outliers, the people who have like a massive, almost cult-like following from TikTok. They can do it sideways, they can do it backwards, but for us people just starting off, as people who are what they say, quote unquote, nobodies, you need to be following the rules, okay? Also timing, let's talk about timing as well. The format for TikTok is more shorthand, YouTube is more longhand. So with YouTube, I feel like when I first started 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I think this the timer was like, you have to make sure your video is 8 minutes or longer for them to be able to have it count. What I think they changed it to on the low, I feel like they low key said you have to make sure your video is 10 to 12 minutes long minimum. I know no one said it, but it's one of those it's like one of those rules where it's just like, I noticed my videos minimum have to be 14, 12 minutes for y'all to push it. Okay, so it's either you're going to make a short video, which is basically under a minute, or you're going to make a longer hand video, which is over 10 minutes minimum. Okay, so even with this video, like this video is going to be 15 minutes long, it's going to fit right into it. So definitely for sure, there's a lot of unwritten YouTube rules, you know, about the cursing. Because I've seen people curse on here and I'm just like, okay, the cursing, certain words are censored and you can be demonetized. Basically, they can take the money off of your channel they could possibly make. Okay. Number 3. If patience is not a virtue, go home. Go home right now. Go home right now. YouTube, back in the day, YouTube following wise, like I feel like it was much easier to get views. It was way much easier to get views. It was way much easier to get people to subscribe. So like TikTok, like I literally posted a video. I made a funny video about I made a funny video about how we feel about that lady getting released from jail for what she did to Selena Quintanilla. I made a video and I got 10 followers just from that. Like they will, like TikTok, they will just follow you just because. Like I literally had somebody on there say, "You're so beautiful, I'm just gonna follow you so I can see your face every day," which is kind of sweet now that I think about it. Okay. I mean, I still said thank you, but like it's kind of like you don't really think about, so you just be taking it in the past. Like, okay, thank you, but yeah, there's none of that here. They don't care how fine you are. I've seen I have some other small content creators who I follow, and they are breathtakingly stunning, and they got like 1,000 subscribers. Like they don't like the subscribe game is different on here. The view game is different on here. Like the fact that it took me 4 years to get 1 million views when on TikTok I want to say I've been on TikTok less, and I want to say like one video had like 50,000 views, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. But yeah, I can definitely say that the way to get the following to transfer, like, and that's another thing too that I was going to touch base on real quick, is just that trying to get it to transfer as well. Like the credits are not transferable. Like I always think of TikTok is, no offense, community college, a reputable community college, but YouTube is Ivy League. All right. You got to know somebody, got to know somebody. Okay. And I was going to say as well, it's just that just the viewage as well is so hard to get on here. Like it's so crazy about how hard it is to get somebody to view a video. Like there's certain videos that I have because some way or some whatever, I try to push my video and they won't push it. And the videos that I don't care about is the ones they push. But I don't know. I just really feel like it's very important to make sure that you're in it for the long haul. Like back in the day, like it used to take like, Alexa, turn off timer. I have this timer set so I can remind myself to post on TikTok. But the push is completely different. Like back in the day, like you're on YouTube for 2 years and you're a millionaire. Now I feel like it's almost, you have to wait 4, 5, 6 years to truly make movement. So moving on to number 2 is the carrot is 1 million miles away. All right. I'm trying to be able to play on words. So I have 1 million views on here, right? Okay. And I remember I had friends and family saying, "Oh, 1 million views, you about to be rolling $1 million." Like, yeah, but the watch time. So watch time, thank you guys so much for asking. Watch time is how long are people watching your video? So for example, if this video is 15 minutes, right? 15, 20 minutes. And if you're only watching 2 or 3 minutes, I only get credit for that portion. It's not that, okay, well, they clicked into the video, that's a view. That's not considered a view. One YouTube Earth view is one after the minute mark, and then at one, it has to count. Like, so after the minute mark, after you view a video after the minute mark, it's counted as one view. So you clicking on the video does nothing. Okay, it does nothing. All right. And then for you to get watch time is every minute over that first 60 seconds. So let's say for this 15-20 minute video, you watched it for 3 minutes. Now I can start making my watch time. Okay, now I can start making my watch time. Now I can start putting bread on the table. Okay, bread's also expensive now, but like the carrot is way further. Back in the day, all you needed was, I think they did lower the subscriber count. The subscriber count used to be 1,000 minimum, but now it's only 500. But back in the day, literally, as long as you, because I made it was a while back. It was when I was in college. I had made it with a friend. We had a YouTube channel. And I remember we got 10,000 views in one day from just talking nonsense. That was low quality. It was filmed off of a Nokia, you know, but we got views and we were starting to get paid a little bit from it. So it's definitely crazy how far the carrot has moved. Like now it's just like one wolf's bane, two marbles, and you know, our direct competition is celebrities are our direct competition. I say that all the time because they've already influenced you either through shows, either through movies. Like they're our direct competition, and I feel like that's another reason why they carried it so far, because to them it's just the rich getting richer. But like definitely for sure our direct, not saying that to default you, to deter you, but I want you guys to know that our direct competition are celebrities. Okay, so there's not going to be a surprise there when you guys see that, but there are direct competition, and I feel like that's not talked about enough because you don't have the same access to them. Like I said, this is a brownie pan, you know, and the lighting together costs $20. You know, the ring light, I have 2 lights on both sides of my cheeks, and that's $20. But compared to someone who has a $1 million mansion and $1 million budget to do YouTube videos and have an editor so they can relax, it's not even the same competition. Okay, number 1, you need to be interesting on here, and you need to be able to hold people's attention. I know on TikTok, I'm not saying that on TikTok that anybody becomes a millionaire. I'm not saying that, but like I'm just letting you know on here, it counts to have a personality that can push you to the front, because what's going to end up happening is that you're looking at the competition between a stand-up comedian and a stand-up comedian and someone who does one-liners. Okay, basically a Viner, right? So if you've ever noticed that some of y'all favorite comedians, you'll sit there and they'll be funny on social media, and then you'll see them at a stand-up and you're like, actually, you're not really that funny. You're just good at delivering one-liners. Like, there's been plenty of times where, like, I've gone to a comedy show and I was just like, I didn't know you weren't this funny. Like, maybe because the video that you put on social media was funnier, but that's a lot that's popping up now. Is just that a lot of these comedians, they're not funny. I mean, no offense, but some of these comedians, they be coming from good childhood. They be coming from a good childhood talking about they're gonna be a comedian. Listen, you can't sit here and tell me about, yeah, and then my parents loved each other and we came from money. You're not gonna be very funny, okay? All right, I came from poverty plus, that's why I'm hilarious. Number 1 for sure though, like as we continue to talk about number 1, I got distracted. Is being able to maintain attention, having not 1, but 2, but 3, almost 3 different hooks throughout your video to get people to stay. Because what's happening is that people will get the first hook of like, hey, let me tell you about how I rode an elephant in the middle of the desert, right? And then after that, it falls down, and so does the view. So you're not getting that watch time. Like I said, I wish there was like a little timer, a ding timer that went off like after the first minute. After the first minute, that's when the money starts getting had. Potential money starts getting had, right? So that's why I said, I was like, to me, I feel like honestly, like you need to be able to hold people's attention. You need to be interesting. You need to have a format that will break it up. I have a tendency to as well, especially if I know the video is going to be long. Like I have a tendency to have like little captions here of like, okay, this is what we're talking about. You know, make use of your description box as well, so you can show that, okay, well, this is going to be this part of the video. This is very important. Like, make sure you make use of that. And then also just make sure you know how to keep attention, because what's going to happen is that Yes, you can be talking about the best thing in the world, but you can't help people's attention. How many times y'all been in class where the lecturer is just lecturing? You're just like, all right, man. Like mentally, you go for a walk. You astral project for the day. Like it's like, okay, all right, you just keep talking. Okay, so just make sure you focus on holding attention. So, my overall thought of to the TikTok to YouTube thing is that our music is going to suffer, but it's also going to get better at the same time, because now you, in a way, TikTok as well, if I can keep it a buck with you, TikTok as well, I feel like has, I want to say ordained, but pretty much promoted short songs. Like there's plenty of songs where I'm just like, oh my God, this song is so fire. And TikTok is so fire. And then like when you listen to the song by yourself, you're just like, actually, matter of fact, this song is not that good, because this song is not that good because like you actually have to maintain attention. You have to be able to maintain attention, and you have to be able to maintain attention more than 3 minutes. So I feel like it's going to start putting more pressure on the music industry to put out songs that we want to listen to for a very long time. And I really love that for us. We love to see it. I really love that for us because I am definitely like, there's so like, if you go into my replay, as they say on TikTok, if you go into my replay of music, a lot of my songs that I listen to on a regular are from before 2018. Like there's a lot of classics that I can break out right now. I'm like, dang, that song still, and this goes for any genre. Like, I mean, even for, I'm an avid listener of K-pop, but K-pop before 2018. But I'm an avid listener of K-pop, and like a lot of the songs, like when BTS put out, what song was it? Oh, BTS with Rain. Listen to that. Listen to it with the captions if you don't want to listen to the Korean part, but like listen to that song and be like, oh my God. Same thing with Big Bang Cafe. Listen to that song. 21, your body, love me. Unpretty, I think. Not pretty. Don't lie to my face. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you are ugly. Is it ugly? Let me look. I'll have to look up. It's been a while, but 21 ugly. 21. It hurts. Oh my God. Look, you can see the goosebumps. I'm literally getting like goosebumps. Like these songs are songs that are going to be classic songs that you will listen to forever and be like, dang, like this song still eats. Like even Blackpink, Whistle. I was going to say Whisper. Whistle's another one that I would say that later on in the years, like it's still on point. But like, I want y'all to go back and look. American songs that I can say and say still eats. Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown, No Air. Mariah Carey, anything, anything Mariah Carey. But yeah, like there's just a lot of songs where like I feel like we're missing the classics. Like we want to have classics too. Like a lot of the songs that for America, like a lot of the songs I look back, I'm just like, dang, like we were so ungrateful. Like y'all really had some tracks. Like there was really some songs. Like there was really some songs that were made that I was like, wait a minute. Like I was like, wait a minute. Like these songs were really, really good, and we were just like, this is regular. I was like, dang, like we messed up. Okay, we messed up. And then I'm trying to think as well too. Another reason why I felt this could actually be a good thing too is that it's going to really show us who really is an entertainer, like who really, no offense, puts the work in, because you have to edit over here. You have to, like I was going on before, like they weren't pushing my content until I put it into landscape, which I'm just like, you could have just texted me that, but okay. Made a whole year of content in portrait and you didn't want to say nothing. But they're not going to push your content. Another thing too, that you have to be niched, unfortunately, because that's the one thing I am going to miss about TikTok, is that you don't have to be niched to make it over there. Just make sure you put out content on the regular. But you have to actually be niched over here, because mine's like, I was doing natural hair for a while that wasn't giving any views, and I started talking. Y'all like hearing me talk. I don't know why. I'm an excellent hairstylist. Like I don't know why you guys want to hear me talk, but whatever. But yeah, I can definitely say just looking at it, like I can definitely say that I really wish that like there was more that we could do in the situation, but we got to make the best of the situation. But I really do mean that when I say like YouTube is Ivy Leagues. They're not playing with you over here. Like if you're not consistent as well, that's another thing too, is if you're not consistent, if you're a person that you post one video and you think that's going to make you get a career, you're not. You have to have like a schedule. Like mine's is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You got to find what works for you. So because to subscribe so I can keep making videos in the algorithm. Maybe subscribe and share. It's Claire here.